At one of the biggest AI conferences, Oracle AI World, the company just revealed the world's largest AI cluster, a 1.2 billion watt neural infrastructure powering OpenAI's ChatGPT, Elon Musk's Grok, and many more models alike. But this isn't just a hyperscale story. This is about who controls the future of AI, not at the application layer, but at the infrastructure layer, the part of the stack where power, data, and sovereignty converge. This wasn't just a feature dump. This was actually Oracle laying down the rails on which the next generation of AI will run. Larry Ellison can't stop talking about Elon Musk. Why? Well, because Musk calls the human brain a 20-watt meat computer, end quote. 20 watts to power 86 billion neurons. That's what makes us see, think, reason, create. But as Larry told the audience, we are not building a 20-watt meat computer, we are building a 1.2 billion watt AI brain, end quote, an AI infrastructure capable of running 500,000 NVIDIA GP200 GPUs, powering workloads at a scale the world has never seen before. 8 buildings, 1,000 acres, enough power for 1 million 4-bedroom homes. And Oracle built it in less than a year. This isn't just a data center, it's actually an AI power plant. This cluster isn't theoretical. It's actually already training Grok, Musk's multimodal model, on Oracle Cloud. Almost all of these AI models are trained in Oracle Cloud, end quote. Larry said this on stage. This is more than hosting a deal. This is Oracle quietly becoming the backbone of not just Elon Musk's AI ambitions. Grok may make the headlines, but Oracle owns the ground beneath it. While the world watches flashy demos, Oracle is doing something much, much harder, rewiring the database itself for AI. Oracle AI Database 26AI unifies structured, unstructured, vector, and agentic workloads. It brings reasoning directly to where enterprise data lives. No egress, no data movement tax, no hallucinations, just vector search, RAG, agentic workflows, all inside, well, the database. Most of the world's high-value data is already in Oracle, end quote. Again, Larry said this, and he, of course, goes on to say this. Now, AI can reason on it securely. This is not ChatGPT plugging into your data. This is your data becoming the brain. In an exclusive conversation with the IM Network, the brain behind OCI, Pradeep Vincent, Oracle's chief technical architect, revealed the real strategy. This is what he said. We are bringing the cloud to where the customers are, not asking them to come to us, end quote. Here's what actually that means. Intelligence is being embedded into every layer, including database, platform, apps, and cloud. Oracle is building a unified AI fabric, a single experience, not fragmented silos. Sovereign cloud is central to this strategy, of course. Private data stays, well, private, but reasoning models are brought to that data without trade-offs. And India, well, is a key node in this strategy. This is a tectonic shift. Instead of chasing models, Oracle is making sure every model from OpenAI to Grok to Gemini runs on its rails. Larry said it fairly clearly. AI won't live on one company's cloud. It has to live where people are. That's why Oracle's dedicated Region 25 can bring the full power of OCI to a customer in just 3 racks. It's why India has multiple live regions and multi-cloud tie-ups with AWS, Azure, and Google. And it's why Oracle is telling countries like India, build your own foundational models. Keep your data. We will bring the compute. Pradeep Vincent told us this. India has a massive opportunity to build linguistic, cultural, and security-specific models. We are ready to power that backbone, end quote. Larry didn't stop at GPUs and data. He wants to use AI to tackle the world's hardest problems. Let's actually start with healthcare. Rebuilding Cerner with AI, automating payer-provider bank loops. biotechnology, metagenomic sequencing to detect infections in hours, not days, climate AI, engineered crops that lock CO2 as calcium carbonate and fix nitrogen from air, disaster response, drone ATC, chain of custody biovaults, smart ambulances. This is Larry Ellison's moonshot, using Oracle's infrastructure to solve humanity's biggest risks. For India, this is not just another tech event, it's actually a sovereignty moment. Oracle's infrastructure already sits inside the country. Its partner network, Infosys, LTIMindtree, Cognizant, PwC, KPMG, is investing over $1.5 billion in AI use cases built on Oracle. GCC, startups, and the public sector now have a global scale AI backbone inside the country, and sovereign models can be trained on top of it. This is how India can actually leapfrog in the AI race, not by building another model, but actually by owning the foundation. And joining us today is our very own Amit Rajanayak, Senior Editorial Producer at AIM Network. He is reporting live from Oracle AI World 2025 in Las Vegas. He's been on the ground, capturing exclusive conversations, behind the scenes insights, and everything the keynote, well, doesn't tell us. Amit, it is a true pleasure and an honor to have you with us. How are you doing?
I mean, I was part of the behind the scene. I think today in front of the camera, it feels really honored and really grateful for this opportunity here. Yeah,
Amit, we are
yeah.
actually grateful because you're going to be bringing us all of the exciting news, the nuggets, which of course have been, well, which have bunked the headlines. So we'll start with that. Key updates, on ground chatters. Can you actually tell us about the key developments that took place at Oracle AI World 2025 and which was your favorite of all of them? And the point is, why?
Amazing. So I think all of the announcements were my favorite. I would like to say that, and I think a couple of them you already covered in your brief itself. Which I think, besides all of that was said, I think one particular thing stood out. That is your multi-cloud universal credits. So that was
Hmm.
something that a lot of people were discussing here. A lot of enterprise leaders. So
Hmm.
basically, it's one credit pool across your compute database and AI, which kind of simplifies the cost and accelerating the multi-cloud adoption, right? So this is something that everybody was talking about at the event. So
Hmm.
I think, besides already covered about the 1.2 billion watt AI
Yeah.
cluster, uh, Larry Ellison, like in his keynote, he mentioned. I think I would like to say that keynote was like a AI masterclass for everyone in terms of
Nice.
understanding what really is AI and what Oracle is trying to build. I think that Larry Ellison's vision and the mission, everything was clearly laid out. I think that was one of the best keynotes. If people have not watched it yet, I would definitely recommend to watch it. It's like a AI masterclass in just 1.5 hour to 2 hours. So I think a must watch. So besides this, I think there are a couple of other important announcements, particularly from Infosys, LTI, PwC, KPMG, and all the other global
Hmm.
enablers.
Hmm.
They are kind of leveraging on Oracle's infra, to build agentic AI solutions across BFSI, healthcare, and retail. So this was also something that stood out from the day one of the event. But besides that, I think there were other announcements. So this is from the databases and the infrastructure and the platform layer. I think I already touched upon
Yep.
database. 26 AI that you spoke about, Oracle AI
Yep.
Database 26. That also was another important milestone. And then obviously I touched upon the multi-cloud universal credits. That goes without saying.
Hmm.
Everybody's talking about it. Then I think then coming to the AI agents and the application layer. So this is another game changing where Oracle is entering like very investing heavily in the AI agentic AI solutions and the
Hmm.
platforms. So particularly from AI agent studio expansion, right? So you have like they've released a new AI agent marketplace, which kind of embeds partner built AI agents natively inside your Oracle Fusion applications. So this was something very amazing, and also interesting part is supports all of the models, like right from your OpenAI, Anthropic, Cohere, Google,
Sure.
Meta, XAI. So everything is there in that platform, right? So it gives like the enterprise freedom to choose which LLM fits the best. So instead of creation, so everything is coming together in this particular studio experience. So I think a lot of other companies also have similar offerings, but this one is something a good start for Oracle, I would say. And also definitely the MCP integration, the A2 agent cards and multimodal RAG. And a lot of these features have been embedded within for enterprise to take complete benefit of this Oracle platform. Again, that multi-cloud credit kind of solves that problem where people can experiment.
Sure.
Already the existing customers can take benefit of all of these from Oracle. And also currently the platform has about 32,000 plus certified experts is what they're saying,
Hmm.
who are like, ready to build and deploy customer enterprise agents. So this is on the agentic AI side. Like I mentioned, so we covered database, infrastructure, platform, and the application and the AI agent layer. And much bigger than this was the impact and the mission side of thing. Like I mentioned, Larry was talking about
Sure.
uh, AI for humanity, right? So, like Oracle is kind of doubling down on AI across various industries, right? Like your life sciences, healthcare. There was talks about reverse aging, and finding the like
Interesting.
yeah, so there were like a lot of interesting conversation in terms of how these protein folding models are being built. And so Oracle is kind of getting into I think you mentioned in your brief as well, in terms of how they're getting into climate and reducing
Yes.
carbon emissions and disaster response and all of that. So this kind of all of this all together, what I make sense of it is it is kind of like it's positioning like OCI as the infrastructure backbone for the real world impact, right? So that is something that clearly stood out. And besides that, I think the two more point I would like to add here is I think the ecosystem enablement that Oracle spoke about in terms of
Hmm.
automating ecosystem, right? So where everything is interconnected with each other, like the banking and the healthcare example that Larry
Hmm.
gave. Just might look simple from the surface, but I think that is like a huge win-win for a lot of people in terms of insurance claims, in terms of medical reporting. So everything is seamlessly integrated. I think that is the best part about Oracle is you don't get to know that technology is embedded within the platform if you're
Hmm.
using it.
Hmm.
So I think a lot of customer use cases also were explained. Marriott International gave the glimpse of how they're leveraging Oracle infrastructure and platforms there for their own check-in and check-out and customer experience and all of that. So really, I think a lot of examples from different industries kind of gave that a glimpse of, it's no more like, AI is the talk of the town, but I think it's getting implemented, and already customers are seeing the benefit of this. So that was
Fair
clearly the
enough.
take of entire,
Fair enough.
like the medical AI, world. Yeah, right here. Yeah.
So I guess, Amit, it's not the talk of the town. It is very, very soon becoming the town, and
Definitely
of course the impact is huge as you've explained it, and it's
correct.
also about the fact that it's impacting life in a big way. It's not just very niche, or it's not siloed in something. Which actually brings me to this, Amit. I want to understand what was
Yeah.
the ground truth on the
Okay.
1.2 billion watt brain
Got
aspect
it.
from where you're actually standing. What's the operational reality behind Oracle's Abilene, Texas build? I want to take you through this: power sourcing, liquid cooling, network fabric. And of course, did you hear any off-stage chatter about how fast can they actually land the GB200s and wire up cross-building latency at full scale?
Got it. Got it. Yeah, so this is something very unique in itself. I think everybody woke up when he mentioned about this. It was really like the whole excitement was very real when he mentioned about. So everybody was wondering like, why is he explaining brain? Why is he talking about this?
Sure.
But then suddenly he brought in a very different perspective in terms of drawing that analogy in terms of building that data center, which it's almost like powers an entire city. And like more than a million houses, like that is the capacity of the data center these guys are building, and which will, I think, run 1.2 billion watts, like I mentioned, right, enough to power like 1 million homes. That was also
Sure.
mentioned in the. Interesting thing is here, like I think what that actually meant on the ground was, I think, totally there are like 8 buildings, spread across
Hmm.
1,000 acres. Right?
1,000
That's a huge,
acres.
yeah,
Yeah.
1,000 acres, and I think there are about 45, 450, like 450,000 Nvidia Blackwell chips, like GB200.
Hmm.
With
Hmm.
when that is also being constructed. Uh, I think this overall, I think it is, they're positioning it as a single GPU of intelligence that they're planning to build, and also they
Hmm.
have like dual power sources, which includes your grid plus your on site natural gas turbines, with like I mentioned, liquid full liquid
Liquid cooling.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's kind of like, I think it's not actually the word on the like in the event was like, this is not like a planned thing. It's already partially live at this particular
Hmm.
time. I think he mentioned about like mentioned about, I think, Grok being trained and all of that. So
Yep.
I think it's already in motion as we speak. And I think this is going to be the beginning of Oracle's like infrastructure game in terms of how AI has entered the data center, and the kind of intelligence layer is getting embedded across their database, across their infrastructure, across their application layer. So I think I think the foundation of all the over the years has kind of shaped that. And so I think everybody spoke positive about that particular development,
Okay.
and I think and one of the interesting thing that is said was, so Oracle is solving like the hard problem. So this is something, it takes like a lot of investment. I think
Hmm.
you would be the numbers like 500 billion,
Yep.
and so that's the rate at which it's going. So it's almost like a power plant that's being set up for
Yeah.
the intelligence thing, right? So one of the clear indicator was, if it was easy, everyone would be doing it, right? So
Hmm.
Oracle is taking lead, taking that risk, and the plunge in terms of all that foundation that they've built over the years to make this work. So that is something that was very positive from the event. I think, yeah, I'm looking forward to like how this will all unfold. I
Sure.
think we were discussing about the complete NVIDIA loop economy that is working,
Hmm. Hmm.
but the center of all of that development, which I'll address in the future question as it
Sure.
comes. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically,
Yeah.
that obviously brings me to this: the partner money, which meets the deliverables, Amit.
Correct.
Infosys, LTIMindtree, Cognizant, PwC, KPMG collectively have
Correct.
pledged $1.5 billion of effort, as you had mentioned
Correct. Correct.
briefly earlier.
Yeah.
So basically, beyond headline numbers, which
Correct. Correct.
concrete use cases, for example, industry plus KPI, are
Got it.
actually being funded first, and what's the
Mm-hmm.
timeline that we are looking at from, let's say, proof of concept to, well, PNL? Any early
Got
commitments on SLAs, which is basically latency slash cost per query, they're willing to be judged on? That's what I wanted to understand.
Yeah, that's a very interesting one. I think that was I think the best was kept for the last of the keynote. I
Hmm.
think in the end, all of these things were announced. I think that is something very interesting. So I think if I have to break down,
Hmm.
it's a Infosys, right? So it's investing close to about 140 million in R&D, right? So in financial
Hmm.
year 5, and is planning to significantly add more investments in the Oracle AI data platform. They are planning to
Hmm.
build agentic AI industry use cases. This is something that is very close to a lot of people have been telling that the Indian IT is not uh, working towards product and solutioning. I think they're doing phenomenally good. So this platform kind of gave that confidence in particularly like Infosys was one of them, and then
Hmm.
obviously Cognizant was another one I think which has committed already like 1 billion in AI, which was I
Hmm.
think last year,
Hmm.
and also the training of more than 1,000 plus associates, and creating 50 plus agentic AI use cases across manufacturing, travel, and your utilities and retail and all of that. So that is from the Cognizant side, and then I think Accenture also was part of that 3 billion AI commitment that came in 2023, right?
Hmm.
They are also embedding Oracle into their AI refinery framework with NVIDIA.
Hmm. Hmm.
So this is already they have like the partner money deliverables. It's already churning in with Oracle. So that is very interesting. They have early adopters, very quick turnaround in terms of how it is getting deployed into real world use case, right? So
Fair.
that is something very exciting for all of us to make pay attention to. Then we had KPMG also like committing over 200 million over 3 to 5 years, training more than 1,600 employees
Hmm.
and focus on your data plus AI industry analytics. So already that change transformation is already happening, and also plus I think LTIMindtree as well, right? So they have invested
Yep.
about 200 million. They've trained more than 1,000 plus experts over the next 2 years to accelerate the AI deployment. So the work has
Hmm.
already
Hmm.
started.
Hmm.
And when I got to know all of this, it brought in the sense of confidence in terms of Indian IT. I think tomorrow is the Infosys result. I
Hmm.
think this development is definitely going to add to what Infosys has been doing in agentic AI and AI deployment for their customers, right? So that
Hmm. Hmm.
brings in that and like technology partners like Oracle is completely aligned with their growth and their this thing. And also I think lastly I think PwC also, right? So they also are
Sure. Yeah.
part of that AI initiative. So with Oracle AI data platform as the like a cornerstone for their agentic powered performance solution. So there were like a lot of these announcement in like silos, but I think this definitely stood out. And I think that total, what brings that number is, that 1.5 billion is the total partner commitments, like
Yes.
towards, it can be in terms of training, it can be in terms of development, in terms of agentic AI deployments across banking, healthcare, retail,
Hmm. Hmm.
travel, and utility, right? So all of this is kind of very interesting. And then also, a very interesting thing is what's even more interesting is the POC to the production timeline, right? So that has
Yep.
been
Yep.
to almost like 3 to 6 months for all of these companies. So
Wow.
that is
That's
something
very nice.
very interesting.
Yeah.
And with sub 150 ms latency goals with almost 30 to 40% cost reductions
Hmm.
is
Hmm.
what they
Hmm.
and basically the AI strategy is changing towards AI supply chain, right? So that is something we are seeing that transformation happening within all of this technology enablers and partners from the Oracle side. So this was
Hmm.
inside that out of the Oracle AI world, which was like
Nice.
I think it's very new and getting to hear first time here on front page as well. I can say
Very
that.
nice. Yeah, that's nice. And it
Yeah.
feels good to break it. And of course, when you're on ground, Amit, that's a very special feeling. Also, one of the things that
Yeah.
you mentioned, I thought was a wonderful little takeaway I had when you said that, the so-called mindset was clearly broken when the partners started to commit money. I think that's what makes all of the difference. Finally, that the
Absolutely.
fact that, okay, fine, there is a commitment. We are doing this, and we're doing this very, very seriously. I think, yeah, thank you
Right.
so much for bringing that point up, because I thought that was truly very important for all our viewers to understand that it's not just just talk. People are actually walking the talk. Of course,
Absolutely.
that brings me to this, which is backstage. How pragmatic did Oracle sound about, let's say, India-specific foundation models? This is important, huh, Amit? Data
Yeah.
pipelines, residency, red team, and evals. Did you catch anything in terms of specifics on dedicated, well, region plus multi-cloud topology for fine-tuning and inference
Mhm.
inside India, and whether ministries slash regulators are aligning around a
Got
very
it.
common eval benchmark suite?
Got it. Yeah, I think the center of all of this, traveling all the way from Bengaluru to Vegas here, and seeing this particular event is like, what are we getting back from this entire,
Yes.
all of this development is fine and all of that, and India is at the core of everything that is happening. So today, I think I'll be meeting the some of the members from the India team. So and then I think the talk is basically. Everybody's asking Oracle like, when is Target coming to India, right? So that is the standard question
Correct.
which any person would be asking, because that is something very fascinating that US is building here. They're already like investing heavily into this, and I think India also will soon get that like experience in terms of how all this advanced AI capability is going to benefit like billions of population across different languages, different diversity, rich diversity land, right? So that being said, I think one of the important thing that was announced was like uh, Oracle, like I spoke to a lot of leaders and everything, and
Mm-hmm.
the sentiment was like, yeah, India should build its own model. So it is something very
Nice.
very interesting thing to hear from people. And it's like model is something that India is capable, and I think we covered in our front page previous
Yes.
episode. uh, Bharat Gen launching by end of this year. And then Savam also is coming early 2026. So I think this is an exciting phase. I think it's all leading towards that India, Impact AI Summit that's going to come
Mm-hmm.
in February. So it's all building towards that. I think by then we'll get a complete clarity in terms of how all of these companies are
Mm-hmm.
investing heavily in it, and their what are their sovereign AI policies and all of that. Uh, so I think it's really positive. When I was talking to a lot of leaders, I think they
Mm-hmm.
were ready to back India in terms of infrastructure and the capabilities that they're bringing, and how they can
That's
work
very
with.
encouraging, Amit. It's
Very
very
encouraging.
encouraging.
So universities and all of that. So already the work has started. It's the question is when all of this will unfold. I think in the
Mm-hmm.
coming days there'll be more announcement on this. I think we saw Google's data center announcement as well. That is like very positive. So I think I mean we've been covering that every
Yeah.
day. So and it's very positive when you come here and you hear great things about India, and it is not the same anymore. People are seeing like
Nice.
different energy, and the amalgamation is something else in terms of the technology partnership, in terms of how to
Nice.
make AI accessible to billions of people in the country. It's very interesting to see how people are thinking about India as a market.
Of course,
And then
Amit, you know what? Sorry, yeah, you were saying.
no, that's about it. Yeah,
Yeah. Of course, Amit, you were saying, and I think you said something which was, well, it hit the nail on the head.
yeah,
Amit, of course, is for our viewers. Amit is, well, human plus AI for all of us. He's quite brilliant at what he does. But I think what he just mentioned was something beyond that, which was this. One is going ahead and figuring out headlines, Amit, going ahead and seeing all of that, putting it
yeah,
out for the people with a lot of well, research and a lot of in-depth understanding and analysis. But I think that one thing you said makes all the difference, right? When you actually hear it on ground
yeah,
in person, that's a
correct.
totally different feeling. And I think, yeah, I'm
Yeah,
so happy that you're enjoying that feeling, which of course brings me to this. On that very happy positive note, Amit, I would like
yeah.
for you to give your final message from the event, any announcement that you probably, well, missed out on, or
Got
finally, what is it that you would like to give as your takeaway from the Oracle Cloud World 2025, and how would anyone make sense of all of this development if you were to sum it up?
Yeah, it's a so I would say, like, if like your ChatGPT and Grok are building that. I mean, it's an exciting time to be in the AI space. That much I would like to start with that. And if you, I think we've been covering this a lot in terms of ChatGPT, Grok are building like the AI operating system, which everybody's talking about, and I feel like Oracle is kind of quietly building that layer, so that it runs smoothly, right? So we are seeing a shift in terms of how like things are changing. So the world is in simple words, like they're chasing models, right? So a lot of models that are coming. So
Mm,
everyone's talking about your GPT-5, and we covered that, and Grok and
yeah.
Gemini 3. I think the hype is slowly dying because they were supposed to launch it this week. I don't know when they're
Mm-hmm.
releasing. That's a
Okay.
separate story altogether. But
Fair enough.
here's the reality, right? So the application layer, as we know it, might not even exist in a year. So that is
Mm,
something which is very fascinating in terms of what development is happening in the coming months, right? So what we call apps today might be dissolved into something like an intelligence layer itself, with agents coming into picture
very
and all of that.
interesting.
And I feel like soon none of us will open app anymore to do something, right?
Okay.
So that is something very like interesting that I got the vibe from the place. And then the basically it is like the intelligence would be sitting everywhere, sitting on top of your data, right? So that is something very
Mm,
fascinating thing that I personally felt at the Oracle AI world. And also you won't. So case in point here is, like, we already covered this on front page a few days back, like Razorpay in collaboration with NPCI,
yes.
bringing that UPI into ChatGPT, right? With Big Basket being that
Mm,
integrated into
mm,
ChatGPT. Now, I think Walmart also has been coming to the intelligence layer of your ChatGPT and all of that, right? So that is an intelligent layer, and applications are coming there. So that is something very different shift. We have already started to see that.
mm,
It only coming months, I think we get to experience that. How it feels. It'll be like magical for sure. Where AI agents already know based on your personal data, right? So in terms of I think just yesterday, Andre Karpathy also dropped the open source version of
yes.
ChatGPT clone that that can be built in four
A
hours.
code written in only 8,000 lines.
Yes, so all of that, right? So that means like building models is no longer the moat. So that is
Correct.
what like is the thing, and the actually the moat is now in terms of bringing intelligence to your private high value data that these
Mm,
models don't have access to, right? So that is something which all of these AI native companies are kind of struggling in terms of how do we get that private data, right? So they're not getting it from the enterprise, they're not getting it from certain customers if they deny it. So this would kind of hinder that experience. But if that is possible, I think that is where Oracle has been kind of preparing for exactly this moment, right? So that is something which stood out at the conference as well. And remember, like, I think Oracle like I think they have been that in the database layer, like you have that RDBMS backbone of
mm-hmm.
the world 40 years, right? So Oracle
Right.
has been in the foundation. They're built from the ground up. So all of this infrastructure platform, everything is kind of making sense because now the AI is coming to your data. So previously, like
Sure.
they used to take data to AI, train
Yep.
it,
Yep.
all of that, right? So very interesting shift that Oracle kind of highlighted was uh, AI is coming to your data. So, and
Right.
who has all this data? I think it's the Oracle of the world. Like they have the real data in terms of enterprises using, and only that transact with the reasoning model. So AI is coming to your data now.
Mm,
So which is fascinating. And I think that is what I would like to say. And I think so when that AI OS loop economy kind of kicks in, which is already started as we speak,
sure.
uh, where models, apps, and agent become like a interchangeable entities, like
Mm, mm,
and one thing won't change. That is the foundation of these systems run on, right? So that basic foundation is what like is very fascinating to see. I think that's yeah, the foundation is pretty strong for Oracle, is what I would like to say. And end it on this note, like models will come and go, but the apps may vanish into the intelligence layer. But the
nice.
real foundation that Oracle has set, the rails, so-called rails, the rail decide where the world goes next. So literally, these guys from the Stargate project to the other thing, literally they're laying that foundation and the rail for people to experience what is yet to come. So that is something very optimistic note. I think
Fair
I'll
enough.
end on. or else I'll be going on and on with this. Yeah.
No, no, not at all. You never gave us that feeling at all. Uh, Amit, of course, we have to
Yeah.
thank you for this. The fact
Yeah.
that all of the energy, all of the excitement, all of the reading between the lines that you have brought in, all of the very
Correct.
fresh updates, of course, wishing you all of the luck and onwards and upwards, as you had mentioned. You would be meeting the leaders or probably the teams from the India
Correct.
aspect and the India
Yeah.
companies. We
Yes.
really hope and wish that you're going to be bringing us some fabulous, fascinating headlines from that as well. And of course, we wish you all of the luck as far as your flight back home is concerned. Safe travels
Thank
as
you.
always, onwards and
Yeah.
upwards in more ways
Absolutely.
than
And
one, Amit.
I would like to say that, in especially in AI, right? I think what happens in Vegas doesn't stay in Vegas. So I think when I come, so there's going to be like crazy announcement and updates. I think all of this will kind of help us bring some great stories to our viewers.
Nice.
I think that is what is happening. I think that is broken from this conference here. Yeah.
Fabulous. Wishing
Yeah.
you all of the luck as always.
Yes.
And we are waiting for you to come back.
Yes. Yes. See you soon. Yeah.
See you soon. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was, of course, the ever so brilliant Amit Rajanayak. And this is what our final take is. Larry Ellison isn't chasing ChatGPT, he's powering it. He's powering Grok. He's building a compute fabric that every AI model will eventually run on. This is not about intelligence anymore, it's about power, literal, electrical, and geopolitical. Because in 2025, the most valuable resource isn't code or data, it's compute. And Oracle just made sure the world will need its rails to run the future. For right now, we're going to be going ahead and taking a small little break on front page. When we are back, we have Jensen Huang knocking on the door.